Well, every pony, time to get started with chapters 4 and 5 of Derpy Delivers a Pizza. Since I've already started, I just figured we'd kind of hop right into it. I hope you guys are really enjoying this. I guess there's not much else to say besides thanking Douglas Schrader for writing a fabulous story. Yeah, without further ado, let's get started. Chapter 4. Derpy couldn't help smiling on her nightly visits to Canterlot, taking Dinky good. Below the serene cloud she sat on, the street lamps gently illuminated the clean streets, while the moon's tender touch reflected off the polished domes of the castle's rooftops. Nothing could take away from the sight. All of it was beyond description, beyond perfection, inside the secure walls of Equestria's capital. It took 16 minutes to arrive at Canterlot. However, the gray pony had enough time to enjoy her surroundings. She had her favorite spot as usual, a large single cloud that peacefully hovered over the bakery district. Muffins, the pony drooled, quickly wiping her mouth. Mrs. Topp's Muffin Bakery sat next to her husband's tea shop. The shop's owner put fresh trays of muffins into the display window, facing Main Street during the early evening hours on cue. Their aroma majestically intermingled with Mr. Gray's tea shop next door. That subtle, sophisticated smell of fresh-baked muffins was unique to Canterlot. However, the mare snapped out of her daze and then slapped her left hoof with her right. No, Derpy, you have to deliver this dessert pizza to Princess Celestia. There's more at stake here than just the owner's reputation. Your week of free pizza is on the line. The pony grumbled while she turned away from the muffin shop, flying towards the castle gate. Sadly, visiting hours for Canterlot Castle had ended 2 minutes ago, and all guards are taught to remain vigilant in the face of adversity. A Canterlot Castle protector must never bow to anything at any time. For one Earth Stallion guard, this was his ultimate test, as an innocent face greeted him. Derpy remembered the trick quite well after watching a filly unicorn use it on her big sister. The suave unicorn mare's only response was to roll her eyes as she agreed to the little pony's pleas to let her friends spend the night. Miss, you'll have to move along. Visit. The guard struggled to clear his throat, turning to one side to let out a quick cough. I'm sorry. The visiting hours for Canterlot are now over. You will need to leave. The dutiful mare could sense the guard will slipping out of his control. Determination was always Derpy's strong suit, and she quickly switched up her tactics, closing her eyes and smiling at the guard. The mare sat peacefully in front of the Earth Stallion. Our visiting hours are over. I'm really sorry, but you'll need to leave, a stern voice said. The unicorn guard's will remained strong as he calmly and gently levitated the gray pony into the air, facing her the opposite direction and sitting her down. Derpy's determination remained strong and turned to face the guard once more. Miss, I'm truly sorry. However, you'll need to leave, or you'll be forcibly removed from the castle grounds. It was futile. The mare saw the unicorn stallion's strong, determined will in his eyes, as he gestured with his royal blue hoof to leave. That determined attitude relented, while a quick chill ran down Derpy's back as she heard the unicorn stallion's name as she flew to a nearby cloud, also understanding why your tactics didn't work. Starting over, sir. How were you able to deal with that mare? The Earth Stallion said in a surprised tone. No worries, soldier. Some ponies can be particularly tricky. My sister was notorious for her mischievous tactics as a little filly. She tried several times to con me into doing her chores with those same innocent grins, smiles, and sad-looking eyes. Twily. Twily used to owe me for that day for all those heavy books I carried home for you from the library, the unicorn stallion murmured under a quiet breath, smirking as he finished. The battle had been lost, but not the war, the gray pony thought to herself, taking a seat on a nearby cloud. Canterlot's glad, don't it? I could fly over the wall. No, that won't work. The boss yelled at me the last time I did that. He'll never let me hear the end of it. I'm just glad the unicorn stallion didn't recognize me. I didn't ruin Shining Armor's romantic moment with his wife, Princess Cadence. The Mare's hushed voice went silent. Remembering that encounter, she began to blush. Though it happened a few days after the royal wedding, the event was still fresh in the gray pony's mind. Thankfully, the light and the peaceful image of the moon helped in calming her frayed nerves, allowing the dutiful equine to resume the prior train of thought. However, she remained unaware of the armored Pegasus stallion below with the box secured to his back. The armored Pegasus departed from Mr. Calzone's restaurant a few minutes before the dutiful mare. It took the guard longer to reach Canterlot than normal. The stallion wiped a bead of sweat from his forehead, attributing the tired state to the new Pegasus colt his wife had given birth to a few weeks ago. But I'm off the clock, so it shouldn't matter. Derpy devilishly grinned, deciding to chance it. Paying careful attention to the patrols, the dutiful mare's opening came. She finally did it. The mare was elated to be inside the Canterlot Gardens, and close to her goal. A quick yelp greeted the mare. Ow! Did I just hit a brick wall? Derpy scratched her head. She reached forward with her front hooves, her eyes closed, struggling to understand what she hit. That weird texture was soft and cozy, yet had a strange firmness to it. The mare innocently blurted out, I hope I didn't knock anybody down, though I have to say that's one well-conditioned body. I would hope so, my little pony. It is necessary to maintain my figure. Was there something urgent you needed to ask me? A voice said in a dignified and gentle tone. A cold sense of dread overcame the gray pony as she opened her eyes. It was staring her right in the face, reflecting off her eyes. The cutie mark of the sun had greeted the mare. Derpy suddenly realized that she had flown into Princess Celestia's flank. Chapter 5. What have I done? She repeatedly questioned herself, those 4 words echoing within the mare's mind. Though she spaced out at times in the past, this was different. A picturesque scene greeted the dutiful pony, wind blowing gently across the shrubs and the trees in the Canterlot garden, with ornate lampposts illuminating the smooth cobblestone pathways. The gray Pegasus, however, wasn't staring at some painting in the Trottingham Art Gallery, run by Monsieur Trate-Pecure, nor was she in one of her usual daydreams. Though Derpy knew she had flown into the royal flank of Princess Celestia, her fortune was worse than that. Even the rude comment about its firmness paled in comparison. She touched it! The gray Pegasus had touched the regal mare in an impolite manner. She felt her actions more befitting an elderly pony, an ancient mare that questioned the rightness of a piece of fruit at a shady produce stand in Ponyville's shopping district. Struggling to clear her throat, the pony closed her eyes, trying to think of her precious muffin. To calm her nerves,
However, those thoughts of her beloved Dinky wouldn't work. The mare thought she would be thrown into Candlelight Dungeon in the best circumstances. Perhaps some mercy would be granted. Suddenly, a strange sensation came over the great Pegasus, her cheeks flushing. It was the same unique, loving embrace that always greeted her whenever she hugged Dinky. Derpy opened her eyes to see the princess calmly sitting next to her on an ornate pillow. Princess Celestia had gently placed her wing over the dutiful mare, to the point the pony barely felt it.
"You appear to be in quite the rush. Why not take a second to calm your nerves, my dear?"
Princess Celestia said, with a kind smile.
"I rarely get visitors during my late nights off. It would be rather pleasant to have some company."
A white porcelain cup, filled with Mr. Gray's finest tea, floated in front of the confused gray Pegasus.
Why is Princess Celestia so nice to me? I flew into her flank. I even touched...
The dutiful mare's thoughts froze. Though she had seen the princess before, this was the first time seeing the ruler Equestria up close. Derpy's eyes fixated on her hooves and let out an audible,
I'm surprised she hasn't ordered the guards to arrest me on the spot. Why?
The gray Pegasus steadied herself, humbly taking the cup of tea. As she slowly sipped it, the usual appealing aromatic blend helped to clear the pony's throat, while slowly relaxing her clenched muscles. For the dutiful mare to have this feeling come from another pony, it was strange. But it wasn't unwanted, causing Derpy to heartily grin at the princess.
"What do you think about Mr. Gray's fine selection of tea, my little pony? Personally, between you and me, I hope his imports from Saddle arrive. I've heard they'll be even better than this brew."
After finishing her tea and neatly placing the delicate cup on a nearby table, the happy Pegasus smiled as she thanked the princess for the cup of tea.
"No. Pizza!"
"Pizza?"
the regal mare asked while raising an eyebrow.
"Yes, pizza!"
the mare exclaimed, maintaining her cheery smile. Taking the box off her back, the gray Pegasus showed its contents to the royal pony. She felt content at successfully delivering on her oath.
"Our orders got up. Mr. Calzone sent me to personally deliver the order to you, Princess."
Princess Celestia slowly levitated, scanning every inch of the deliciously delectable dessert inside. It was perfect. Not a chocolate chip out of place. Just like the regal mare's previous orders, it was simply perfection.
"You performed quite admirably. Might I have your name?"
"Derpy Hooves. But most ponies just call me Derpy."
She heartily grinned, firmly saluting the princess and closing her eyes. The dutiful mare said in a polite tone,
"The oath of the mare shall always be fulfilled when pledged."
As the pony prepared to recite her oath, a Pegasus stallion walked towards the group.
"Oh, hey, it's you from the restaurant,"
Derpy said, opening her eyes and catching a whiff of her pizza. The guard, after properly greeting her highness, squinted at the Pegasus for a second, replying, "Yes, I do remember you, from Mr. Calzone's establishment. Why are you here in Canterlot? For that matter, how did you get past the guards at the front gate and into the garden? It's off limits to visitors after hours." As she tried to find the right words, the gray Pegasus gave a sheepish grin towards the guard. Before the mare could speak, Princess Celestia put her wing over Derpy, pulling the dutiful pony closer.
"There's no need to worry, Lieutenant Cyclone. Derpy Hooves is my guest. I invited her to accompany me into the garden for some refreshments, so that both of us could marvel at my dear sister's hand at my nightly work."
Politely bowing to the Princess Celestia, Lieutenant Cyclone put the box on a nearby table and left quickly as he came.
not wanting to question the regal mare's words.
Thanks, Princess Celestia. Thank you, Your Highness.
Derpy bowed to the princess.
It was definitely a chaotic moment for me. I wasn't sure what I would do. But if you will, please, I need to get back home, so excuse me. My precious muffin is probably wondering what happened to me.
Have a pleasant trip, my little pony. Be safe on your journey. Home to your daughter.
The regal mare chuckled, watching the gray Pegasus secure the pizza box on her back.
I look forward to meeting your precious muffin.
Waving goodbye to Princess Celestia, the gray Pegasus flew towards Ponyville. Content with her accomplishment, it seemed like a wild ride. However, the dutiful mare knew it wasn't over yet. With tonight's adventure, one for the books. There was no telling what would happen on her way home. Derpy knew the trip to Ponyville was still on the horizon. Yet, the Pegasus pondered Princess Celestia's words, wondering what the regal mare meant by looking forward to meeting her daughter. Wow, Happy Pony. That was just, wow. Kind of funny. That seems to be it for these two. Sorry about it being late. I had a couple things pop up, but still, as promised, I'll be finishing up this, hopefully, on a lot shorter span than what I did with this. So, until next time, Happy Pony.